a tough one. We've got a level from the Baron of Shell themselves, Shaoshao, tonight, and it is a shell level. What else would you expect? Length of longest section tonight, rated by our testers, 5 out of 10. Hardest trick to figure out tonight, 6 out of 10. Hardest trick to execute, 7 out of 10. So it just keeps getting tougher. I am really excited to bring you this one tonight because shell tech is some of my absolute favorite tech in all of Super Mario World. So I get to talk about my very favorite thing. Ooh, and we've even got the Baron of Shell intro screen. If you have not seen this all before, I'm assuming most of you know, but welcome. This is Romhack Races. We do these every Saturday night. The players are about to play a level that they have never seen before. They have no idea what they're going to have to do other than those difficulty ratings, and they're just going to have to improvise using all their wits and skill and knowledge they've accumulated along the way. It's a race to the finish. We do have a leaderboard, exclamation leaderboard in chat, but we're here to support everybody, especially on a night like tonight with a really difficult level. You're going to see good plays from a lot of good racers, and as usual, consistency at the obstacles that the racers already know is going to help them get one-shots or, first try on an obstacle that they don't know. The balance of those two things is going to determine the dynamics of the race. And I don't know how many folks we got signed up tonight, but we do have Revelug, You Fail Me up here in the upper right whenever they're done practicing mid-airs, B2DE in the lower left, and Jank Pickle in the lower right. We've also got scouts who are helping us out watching all the other racers. 19 brave souls tonight, and the scouts are watching everybody else. So if somebody makes some progress, they'll rotate them in on the restream here, and hopefully you'll be able to see all the clears. And that's how we do it. If you want to learn a little bit more about us, you can go to romhackraces.com. You can jump over on our Discord, talk shop, and hang out with us. That's always fun. And you can also get this patch for yourself. This is week 201, and you can get all 201 of our levels right over on Romhack Races or with the get level command on our Discord. Pointed out too, I didn't know this right now, but it makes sense because I've seen them grinding it. Revelug right now, the current world record holder of Baron of Shell. This looks to be like some DLC from that. Shaoshao recently put out this hack called Baron of Shell. It's been really reinvigorating people's interest in shell tech and item abuse. And right now, Revelug, world record holders, so we may see good things from them. But there are a lot of really good shell players out there. And like I said, it's one of my favorite sub-disciplines of tech. Mario World being an interesting game in that it can have sub-disciplines. Cape, just learning how to do all the tricks with Cape, that's a sub-discipline of the larger, lexicon that is Kaizo, Mario, and Mario World. Shell, I think, is really just interesting because you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. I grew up skateboarding when I was a teenager. Never got very good, but it's very X Games. Shell is a lot of flashy movement, a lot of good angles, timing, precision. And the one thing that I want you to know about shell tech right off the bat here, you're going to hear me use the word activate. An activated shell is just a shell that is moving. It's just a fancy word I use to be moving. If you don't know anything about shell tech, the fundamentals are this. A moving shell can be bounced off of by Mario, whether that's on the ground or in the air or wherever. As long as the shell is moving or activated, Mario will get a bounce on it. If the shell is not moving or not activated, then you need to activate it in some way. You could either drop it and nudge it, now the shell is activated with a nudge, or you could throw it, you maybe could even do a midair, and I don't know if we're going to see a midair in this or not. I kind of doubt it, but there's that possibility. So sit tight. We are just about ready to go. Please spam your favorite emotes in chat, cheer the racers on, and let's get started. Romhack Races week 201, not 102. If there's a quantum midair if there's a quantum jump in this, sheesh. Let's go. We have got interesting shell tech. What is this? You Fail Me in the upper right, teaching us the gimmick right off the bat. Revelug definitely gets it. Wow. Okay, so bouncing on the shell is going to give Mario a fire flower. Now that is fire power to use the fireballs, and that's also a damage boost. Damage boosts can only happen on the silver spikes, and red spikes look like they are instant kill. Look at this speed right now. Keep your eyes on You Fail Me in the upper right, making big moves using that damage boost. Here goes Jank Pickle, here goes B2. This is huge. Revelug, look out. Running those fireballs along that dotted line. That's a 1F0. And here goes Revelug for a read. Oh, they got the firepower back. Holy moly, those reads, though. Here goes B2 with a chance to make that same amount of knowledge. So Revelug now in the lead, you could say, in terms of what they know about the level. But a one-shot could change the order around. This is some really neat stuff. So yeah, got the Fire Flower, shooting fire to get rid of the ice. You see those clear ice blocks there. Fire will melt the ice. That's not a vanilla thing, but it's common in a lot of Kaizo hacks. And you need to be not crouching in the air. If you are crouching with Fire Mario, you cannot shoot fire. So you saw B2 die to that because they were crouching, trying to be smaller to get through those gaps. A lot of sliding here and kind of standing up at the right time. Oh, look out! Ooh! Oh, You Fail Me with a shot there. They went for the double. They went for sort of a double up toss. Jank Pickle here at that same obstacle. Yeah, they also are going, oh, I see it, okay. That actually makes sense. They know they need to do this. They need the Buzzy Beetle shell up near. Look at this, Jank Pickle just running here. Keep your eyes on the, on the lower right. That's big knowledge. Wow, so there is a lot going on. Please feel free to just like ask questions if something happens and you don't know why it happened. I'm trying to keep up with everything here. You've got your forward toss shell jumps, melting the ice with fire, and needing to crouch to get through those one-tile spaces. Like I said, red spikes are instant kill, silver spikes are not. Yeah, there's Revelug doing that same thing. So, kicking Koopas are weird. Kicking Koopas, obviously, they kick the shell. And if you throw a shell at a Kicking Koopa, you throw it right at its face. Instead of getting hit and killed by the shell, the Kicking Koopa will actually just absorb it and make the shell stop and then kick it back to you. And so here comes You Fail Me. Yeah, here's Revelug too, upper left. They throw that Buzzy Beetle shell up on that 1F0, and that feeds it to the Kicking Koopa so that the Kicking Koopa will be down there at the bottom. And then while the Kicking Koopa is getting ready to kick the shell, they're going to bounce on both of them and rise while holding the shell. It's a weird move that didn't used to get included so much in shell hacks, but it's kind of made a bit of a comeback. Oh, Revelug with the pause strat. Yeah, just taking a look here. This is progress, but they haven't been to that point, so kind of knowing what's up. Here goes You Fail Me, though. They know, and that's a back shot, turning and the opposite direction of your movement and kind of just throwing the shell backwards at the wall. In that case, you're not trying to get a jump in midair off the shell. You're just trying to put the shell behind you so that it's going to scoot along the ground. And there's Revelug, using those silver spikes. They know what that's for. A lot of cosmic brain going on in this level, really being able to read the situations and be able to tell, okay, these spikes I should land on, these spikes are instant death. We don't often have shell levels for Romhack races here, so I'm really interested to see how these racers do. Okay, woof, Revelug. So the key is this Buzzy Beetle shell. Here goes Jank Pickle in the lower left. Yeah, they're going to try to bring that Buzzy Beetle for the back shot. See how they're, You Fail Me, trying for it, didn't get the fireball shot off. But they want to, that Buzzy Beetle shell is key. They want to bring that Buzzy Beetle along. You can tell it's a Buzzy Beetle because it's got that kind of bluish color and it doesn't have the little tortoise shell pattern on the shell. They act the same way. They're just Buzzy Beetles. I never knew why they have Koopas and Buzzy Beetles. Like, they do the same thing. But I guess Buzzy Beetles don't pop out of their shells the way Koopas would. Really fast stuff tonight from shaoshao. If you're liking this, you'll love Baron of Shell. This is just what I was hoping for. Some really, really brainy kind of cosmic setups. Yeah, Revelug. So 2 fireballs to destroy the ice. Buzzy Beetle shell goes through along the 1F0, and then bailing off Yoshi, but what are you going to do after that? Thank you so much, too, Darkenine, for the 10 months. Thanks for all you do. Oh, interesting. Oh, Jank Pickle trying for a little cheese there, but they actually, is that going to work? I wonder. I didn't quite see if they needed that or not. What is a 1F0? That's an excellent question. 1F0 is the number of, not the beast, but the tile. You know, in old games, all the graphics are referenced with like a tile number so the code can keep track of them. In the case of Mario World, 1F0 just happens to be the call number of this one particular tile. Keep your eye on Revelug while we learn about 1F0's. Upper left-hand corner, there's that shell jump, and they need 2 fireball shots. They got the other one off, but no P-speed. Yikes, how are they going to get over that gap? But anyhow, 1F0's. What the game understands that tile to be is like a slope assist tile. It helps sprites interact with slopes. But what you can do using Lunar Magic is you can just make anything be the 1F0 tile. And if you just have that tile sitting there in the air, any sprite that is on top of it or comes in contact with it will not pass through it. And it will put the sprite into an infinite state of falling. But what that really means for us is sprites will act as though it is solid, but Mario will not interact with it. So when they like shoot the fireballs along that line is solid for the fireballs, but Mario can pass right through. And there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that in level design in order to have, you know, sprites that just kind of sit in midair. So you can grab them out of midair, or a blocker if you don't want a sprite to pass through some area or whatever. The game never, the vanilla game never used that tile in that way. But with hacking, we can come up with awesome new things to do with it. And it's really helpful. And that's what 1F0 is. We really need a better name for it, but unfortunately 1F0 just kind of stuck. Just like regrabs. Regrab is a weird... It's not very descriptive of what you do, but the naming conventions were here before we started. Look out for Quiet Mason in the lower left. Making good progress, not out of the first section yet, but a dangerous item abuse player. You know, to be perfectly honest with you, Castran, I don't know how the game uses that tile. It's a slope assist tile, and from that I can assume that it assists slopes. But to tell you the truth, I have no idea. I think what it does is help, like, slopes not be as janky, because it, like, makes sprites act like they're sliding on the slope instead of just passing through it. But yeah, I really don't know. 8 minutes in and no checkpoint yet. Revelug, Quiet Mason, and Halcyon. Yeah, I would guess, yeah, it helps sprites not clip through something by moving downward. Here goes Revelug, look out! Yo! Buzzy Beetle Shell all the way, and there's an H, first one. Revelug. Now, like we said, Revelug is the current Baron of Shell world record holder. Shaoshao's other hot shell hack that's going on right now. So, yeah, I'm not surprised we're seeing big reads from Revelug here. But it's anybody's game. Keep in mind, you know, that consistency. Revelug has a chance right now to build consistency on this second vertical section here. But if someone could close the gap fairly quickly, they could get a one-shot and they could get more knowledge. But look at this read right now. Revelug, oh my word. They know this gimmick. They, and they know what they need to do there. Yep. So vertical tower in the second section. And using the, what's that? That's a Sparky. Shell jumps an on-off switch. Hit the on-off with a shell to open the gate. And spin jump on that Sparky, otherwise you'll die. Mario automatically shoots fireballs when spin jumping, so you kind of just sort of shoot and go with that when you don't really have to aim or time that. It just happens. But this is big, like I said, for Revelug, because they just get more time to learn this section, right? Anybody else that catches up is going to need to be a little bit faster gaining consistency in order to kind of beat them for knowledge. And the more time they have unopposed, the more they're just kind of able to run with it. Wonderful reads right now. Revelug knowing that when you bounce on the shell, you get firepower. And they're just playing with that in mind. A really, really good presence of mind here. Not able to get that fire shot off, though. You Fail Me, Quiet Mason, Halcyon, looking for that checkpoint. Remember the 7 out of 10 difficulty, though. Revelug could be running away with this tonight. Say, it's not often we have a shell level, and for a lot of reasons we can get into, shell levels are particularly demanding. You know, one in terms of just the tricks are very kind of do or die, brutal. Check out Revelug upper left for this read. Can they get the fireball shot? They did. Now this is, oh no! Oh, geez, that was all new territory. You Fail Me in the upper right, though. Oof. They need the shell. Gotta get that shell. Yeah, that's the thing about shell levels, too. If you can bring the shell with you, chances are you should. Remember, the kind of general rule in Kaizo is that you're never given anything that you don't have to use. If you can bring the shell, you probably need it. If you can keep the power up, you probably need it. Yeah, what is this? Nathan MG here in the lower left. Breaking away and joining Revelug at the second section. So now it's Nathan's time to, I don't know, get some good one-shots, get through some obstacles quickly, and see if they can build up that consistency faster than Revelug is going to be able to get through. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Revelug, never mind. Never mind. GG. But without the yump, I mean, it's like that. It's like that Simpsons. But without the loop, it is nothing. That was a wonderfully played level, Revelug. 12 minutes 30 seconds for that is a fantastic clear. Well played. Way to go. Love to see it. That's good. I feel like there's not often in Romhack races where I really feel like, okay, there is kind of a front runner here. I think Revelug was tonight's front runner. Having really played a lot of Baron of Shell, practiced on that. That's an excellent clear. If this level looks fun to you, please check it out over on Romhack Races. We got You Fail Me looking for that P-Speed. Oh, not the up throw. We got You Fail Me trying again, bravely. B2 DE81 in the upper left, Quiet Mason in the lower left, and Nathan MG in the lower right. GG Revelug, what a play. What a play, though. Nathan MG trying to catch up. Or, they're in the lead right now. They're just trying to catch up to them. Yo, go follow over there, twitch.tv/Revelug. They have been doing a lot of cool speedruns lately. They are a good player. Check them out. That was a solid win. And I hope you're doing okay tonight there, chat. You know, it's a Saturday. Thanks for relaxing here with Romhack Races. We got plenty more race to have. But, thanks for hanging out with us. Jank Pickle in the upper left. Jank Pickle B2, Quiet Mason, and Nathan. Nathan MG, watch out. Oh, snap. Oh, look out. Gotta go. Use this fireball skills. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny. That is very funny. You know, I've never seen that one before. You can destroy the P-Switch Switch Palace switch with a fireball. That's pretty funny. Good joke. Good troll. Yeah, stop shooting. Don't shoot any more fireballs. Nathan MG melting the competition. Well played. That's a good clear, man. For an execution 7 out of 10 level. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. If you're having fun, you want to try this for yourself, check out romhackraces.com. Yeah, 0 out of 2 yumps though. What's this world coming to? I don't know. Hey, look out, yo, TJB. Really solid midair player and a phenomenal cape technician. TJB 0607 in the lower left. Quiet Mason, Jank Pickle B2. Oh, excuse me, I didn't even notice. B2 and also Jank Pickle have moved on to the second section now. Vertical tower is the second section. Horizontal is the first. I like that. Juxtaposition isn't the word I'm looking for here, but like having one horizontal section and one vertical. It's fun. I don't know. It makes the level interesting. Compositionally, I guess. So we've got big competition now for third. Oh yeah, Halcyon too, moving on to the checkpoint. Halcyon, You Fail Me, B2, and Jank Pickle. Everybody on your screen right now, working on the second half. Thanks for the raid, Nathan. Good job on second tonight. Well played. Honestly, the sub 20 clears for a level of this caliber is nice. I don't know. Y'all are good at shell tech. It's not as fearsome as maybe people used to think. I don't know. I think the perception of shell tech has changed in recent years. Jank Pickle, uh-oh. But little do they know. Little do they know the secrets. Now this could switch up the order here. Oh my gosh, this could. Okay. All right. I guess we don't get to have any fun then. Jank Pickle denying us our joy, but a good clear. Denying us the wonderful magic melting switch. But that's all right. They got places to be. Thank you, Halcyon. Oh, and You Fail Me. Oh, this could switch up the leaderboard. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a leaderboard switch up because of the mysterious disappearing switch. That's funny. I think that's super funny. GG, Jank Pickle on the third. An accomplished item abuse player from all the way back when. And, yo, look at that tight finish, dude. That's less than a couple of seconds. Wow. Is that a tie? Is that actually a tie? It looked like You Fail Me got it a little bit sooner, but that is really, really tight. This happens a lot now. There are a lot of finishes that come within less than 10 seconds of each other. On the clock, it's a tie. We don't go under a second. That's cool. That is really cool. GG. Great plays tonight. Man, I was a little worried. I was just like, I hope people are going to be all right with a shell level. I don't know. Maybe we'll get some complaints. Oh, shell tech over. But I'm proud of everybody. I spend every Saturday being proud of his B2, Quiet Mason, Muzzle, and TJB surmounting the mountain now. Finding any strawberries they can along the way. That's a Celeste reference. This is a good time to point out, if you're inspired by the skill and bravery of these racers, you are welcome to sign up for any of the races you like yourself. These are open to anybody who cares to try, and all you have to do is go over to romhackraces.com or jump on our Discord and just sign up on the sheet. That just lets us know who wants to race and who to watch in the first place. And yeah, welcome to try your skills anytime. We have easier levels, harder levels, so you never know what you're going to get every week, but we do have the difficulty rankings, so you can make an informed decision ahead of time. But if anybody feels brave or just wants to practice, you can check out the previous race levels on the website. B2, looking for that fireball shot. Can they get in the door? Nice. Keep in mind, this is ice physics here on the ground, so when they're damage boosting and they're sliding along the floor, they have a little bit more. Well, in Pittsburgh, we'd say it was slippy out there. Like the frog from Star Fox, yes. But dab it. Oh, B2 doing a barrel roll. It's over. Oh, no, and Quiet Mason as well. Man, this gets everybody. Jank Pickle, the only one to not be fooled. Today's your partner's first Romhack race. That is awesome. Welcome. I'm really happy to hear that. It is really gratifying to see new folks come and join Romhack Race, and that is awesome. Welcome. I hope you're just having a fun time. Quiet Mason, look out. Look out. Being careful. What's it gonna be? No yump. Oh, B2. Yeah. All right, Quiet Mason, good job getting the clear. GG. But B2DE winning the entire race with the yump. Everybody tried. You have to believe it. Yeah, B2, the honorary yump winner. In case you're not familiar with what a yump is, when you touch a Switch Palace switch on the very first frame and only the very first frame, you can press the jump button, and you can't press it ahead of time or later, right? It has to be on that one frame. And if you do that, you are technically in that one frame standing on the top of the P-switch, and so you can jump off of it. We call that a yump. There was a player back in the day who said jump when they would go off the Switch Palace switch, but they said it with kind of an accent, so it sounded like yump, and so it just became a yump. Now, technically, we also refer to a jump off of a P-switch as a yump, but this is technically incorrect. A P-switch yump is referred to as a P-switch jump, and a yump is a P-switch jump off of a Switch Palace switch. So I hope this clears it up for you, and in the future you can use proper terminology when referring to the frame-perfect tricks in this 30-year-old video game. Jacko EX, no time to waste here. Look out. They are already done. Oh, are they though? Is that Jacko? I hope I'm saying that right. Nice clear though, sub 25, and they are already in the room. Dude, you know, there are increasingly more shell players out there, and I have seen some really great clears, and I've seen people clear in not only Baron of Shell, but Sheffy 2, the previous forbidden impossible shell hack, as well as various dragons even. In fact, someone cleared Mist just recently, and really was impressive. Nice job, Jago! Well played. We got Folk Punk Dot, we got Digital Andrew up here in the upper right, and Muzzle as well. Oh yeah, and the Yump, of course. Gotta shout the Yumps out. Excuse me. That's 2 Yumps. That's pretty good. As long as somebody got it. All right, let me ask you something, chat. What is coffee's holding time? And let me tell you, if you were to get some decaf, which pot would you use? And why? 30 minutes, that's how long. It can stay there before it starts to taste too strong. Yes, use the orange pot. It makes it easier to see. If you haven't heard the song that's playing here in the credits, go and listen to it. I'm not sure why you wouldn't have heard it yet, but Hot Drinks is the song that's playing. It's a Wendy's training video, like a literally like Wendy's, the fast food restaurant training video from the 80s, I think, that made its way online. And it's just a really wonderful song about how to serve hot drinks at Wendy's. If you haven't heard Hot Drinks, I'm not even joking, legitimately, it is a very good song, and it's one of those ones that kind of slaps it like way more than it has any right to, given that it's a song from a training video about how to serve hot drinks to people. Is it 1989? Okay. It's when the music changed forever. Yo, yeah, great level, Jacko. Thank you for racing with us. Good job tonight. We got TJB joining us on the upper right here, second section. Folk Punk Dot, upper left, first section, Muzzle, first section, lower left, Walking Eye. Rounding things out here in the lower right. Keep in mind, too, if you didn't know, the gimmick here is that if Mario is small, nice job, Muzzle. Mario is small and jumps on I think a red shell. Yeah, Mario is small and jumps on a red shell. He will suddenly magically become big Fire Mario. You know, for the purpose of creating hot drinks, of course. Oh, you're talking about... I know the other Wendy's training video you're talking about. Is it Grill Skills? I know about Grill Skills. I knew about... Me and my buddy were talking about Grill Skills all the way back when. Grill Skills is good, too. It's a little more... I don't know. It's a little more heady than Hot Drinks, I feel. Grill Skills is like... There's a lot going on, you know. Grill Skills... You gotta learn some stuff. All I know is Hot Drinks and Grill Skills. If there's more, I'm down to check them out. Gotta listen to the whole Wendy's discography, as it were. We got Folk Punk Dot. We got Stu Cat up here in the upper right. Muzzle and Walking Eye. Oh, yeah, please do. Send the links. I was going to say something, though. Oh, yeah, follow the racers. Everybody out here is, you know, they're streamers. Most of them trying to get their name out a little bit, show you their skills. If you're having a fun time and you're looking for more Kaizo Mario, go follow the racers. Check them out on Twitch. Nice to see new names coming out, too. I really, really appreciate that. It's excellent. I hope everybody's just, like, having fun, you know. This is a race, but it's a fun race. We're not here to, oh, you're bad. You know, we're here to support everybody. It's the player versus the level while we all get to experience it together. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I know this tech here is going by really quickly. Don't feel dumb. There are no dumb questions. Even if you think it's something basic, it's all good. Please just shout it out in chat. I can definitely help you out with that. I hope y'all see, if you haven't really gotten to see a lot of shell hack stuff yet, I hope you can see the appeal here. It's very X Games, and I really, really like that about it, you know. There's lots of different ways to kind of express difficulty in Mario World. You could do difficult platforming, like maybe Casio. You could do like big levels with difficult platforming and some like tricks and trolls, like maybe Grand Poo World 2. You know, you could do like really brainy flow combo stuff, maybe like Invictus, with like every level has a really intricate gimmick and you have to use it to kind of get through. And shell and item abuse is like another way to express difficulty in general. And it really is a sub-discipline in that, like, you could practice regular platforming and stuff in Mario World without necessarily needing to learn shell. Now you have a question? What is it? I want to know it. Muzzle, all right. Fire those fireballs. Shoot that fire. Pa-pa-pow, pa-pa-pow, pa-pa-pow. What does "it's very X Games" mean? In that way, I'm just kind of referring to, like, okay, roller skating. You know, you ever go to the roller rink when you're a kid, play Four Corners or, you know, Limbo or whatever? Roller skating is regular Super Mario World. You know what I mean? And then, at the X Games, they have roller bladers who are going off ramps and grinding down staircases and going on half pipes and flipping up in the air and all that jazz. And it's just, you know, a much more extreme version of a thing that's rather basic, right? You know, basic Super Mario World is you just run, you jump, you do some cool stuff. And here, you're throwing shells in the air and you're doing, like, these extreme kind of skateboarding parkour tricks. They're Soul Skaters, exactly. Exactly. Disney's Brink featured a soundtrack from Less Than Jake. Go back and look it up. That was Less Than Jake in there, I'm pretty sure. Yo, and that's a win for Team Pup and Suds. Looks like Team X-Blades is going to have to go back to the sellout corner. Nice job, Muzzle. Andy Brinker. Oh, man. When's the Johnny Tsunami themed Kaizo coming out? But that's what I mean by, you know, it's very X Games. It's taking nice, tame, regular Mario World and it's making it extreme with extreme tricks and danger. And TJB with extreme fireball shooting of the Switch. Yeah, that's a good thing to point out too. The hand hand exercise. It's a little hard to demonstrate, but what I do is like kind of stretch my thumb back a little bit. The thing is with shell levels, you'd think that it would be kind of light on the thumbs, but actually shell levels can be brutal on the hands because what you're doing 99% of the time. Good job, TJB. I saw that. They nice and cautious walking up to that. Nice and cautious. But what you're doing 99% of the time in a shell level is not throwing the shell and releasing the button, but you're holding down the button. In a shell level, you're almost always holding the grab, run button, and you're almost always holding the jump button down for at least a significant amount of time, if not a full jump. Because when you release the shell, right, you are letting go of the button, but you put your hand back on it so quick that you're effectively just constantly gripping down on the controller. That can really hurt your hands. And I mean that, you know, to say, like, sometimes people are like, oh, why am I doing so bad at shell stuff? You know, I've only been playing for a couple hours. I'm doing bad. Like, that's why. It's because you literally run up against the fact that your muscles just don't want to compress like that anymore. So being able to kind of uncompress, stretch, just like don't hurt yourself, but I just kind of like take my thumb and I just kind of like press back on it a little bit. And that kind of just like keeps that muscle kind of limber. It's like the heel of your hand, right? Like if you look at your right hand, it's like the bottom right corner, kind of where your thumb attaches to your wrist. It's all the muscles in there that get real tight. I'm told that like rock climbers have the same sort of thing. If you're climbing rocks a lot, you know, you're gripping with your fingertips, and so you are holding down really tight with your fingertips, and by the time you get up, if you've been doing that a lot all day, your hands are kind of stuck in that clench position. So always make sure to just not get your hands stuck squeezing down so much. It's that compression that causes that tightness, and just make sure to kind of work on your hands. That's the thing, you know, I mean, keep in mind, like, a frame in Mario World is a 60th of a second. That is a little bit faster than we can perceive, right? You can do okay, you know, but the computer is bored. From the point of view of the computer, your inputs happen painfully slowly. No matter what you're doing, the player is hyper slow, right? The player, you might have one input in a 60th of in 1 second or something, right? So minor changes in the literal physiology of your hand, the whether your muscles are feeling good or whether or not your muscle is tired, whether or not your hand shakes a little bit, you got those jelly hands kind of from playing too much. Literal changes in the physiology of your hand, the angle that you're holding it, you know, your thumb on the controller will affect gameplay, you know. And so when people start if you start messing up, what do they call it? Kaizo regression. You know, I don't really believe in that, but it's because it has a different name. It's called your muscles are getting tired and having a subtle effect on what's going on in the frames that you aren't noticing because it's so small. Oh, why am I failing this all of a sudden? I was doing it. Why now? Well, it's because your hands are starting to wear out. You know what I mean? So taking care of your hands is priority number one. You have to think beyond... You have to think in terms of things you can't see. Does that make sense? You can't see germs, but they're there. Oh, not to make anybody paranoid. And you can't see Red Falcor getting in that door because they were way too fast. But, yo, Red Falcor is at the switch. Falcor obliterating that second section. Nicely done. Oh, watch out. I love that switch trick. It gets everybody. But, like, you have to be thinking in terms of things you can't see. You can't see germs, but they're there, so you do something about it. In the same way, good job, Red Falcor. I saw that one coming. GG. GG. In the same way, you don't necessarily notice that because the muscles in your hands are feeling weaker, that is affecting your inputs, but it is. You know, or the angle that you're holding, if you take your thumb off the controller, the amount of time it takes to press the button is greater. so you will incur a weird frame delay, right? It's about playing to those invisible elements of the game, playing to what you know is there. I like to say, with all video games, you're playing to the code. You're not playing to the screen. To play to the screen is to play to just what you're looking at. But you know how the game works on the inside. You know hitboxes and frame rates and glitches and mechanics, and you know the meta. So you have to gear your gameplay to talk to the code, right? And not to talk to the images. It's an illusion! Maybe that sounds silly. I don't know. If I'm not making sense, please let me know. We got Folk Punk Dot working on the first section. Ender of Games working on the first section. Stu Cat working on the first section. And Walking Eye working on the first section. 36 minutes in, though. Don't make the mistake of thinking these racers are bad. This is a super tough level. I guess I'll ask, is there anything that is kind of confusing people about this level? There's a lot going on, and I might not have thought to answer something. That's fair. Muscle memory improvements can compensate for the slowdown. Yeah, possible. So you're always kind of locked in that battle of, can I improve my muscle memory before my hands wear out? I feel like there's a certain kind of amount of time where I'm able to learn something, like in a session, and that's not always the same amount of time. It could be more or less depending, but I feel like I'm good for a couple of hours, and then at a certain point I'm not really, I like to think I'm playing mindlessly, where I'm not really doing it anymore, and I'm kind of tired, but I'm still just like, I'm trying and just dying over and over. Oh, I did want to point this out. I didn't even notice that at the beginning here, but Bulk Punk Dot and Ender sure did. That first on-off switch is activated not with a shell, but with a fireball. The first time I ever saw that was in Sheffy World 2, and that has become a little bit more prominent. So as they're dropping through that gap, Stu Cat just did it. As they're dropping through that gap, they turn around and take a shot at the on-off switch tile bank there in the left side of the wall. Yo, thanks again, shaoshao, for a super fun level tonight. Check out Baron of Shell. It's on SMW Central right now. I had the pleasure of moderating it myself. This is really interesting to see. The prominence of shell tech come up in recent years. I like to think I had a help with that, but this type of level 5 years ago, 6 years ago would have been like laughably ridiculous, impossible. Nobody makes that. Shell tech has come a long way, and people have really improved their skills. Is making a shell level kind of like directing a long shot in a movie? Yeah, it definitely can be. In ways, totally. I can see that analogy, because you're flowing through to the next part, and even in some situations you might be able to slow down a little bit. But yeah, most shell levels, and you'll see Baron of Shell does that. Various Dragons always does that. Is this continuous motion combo. You're never actually safe. You always have to do something. But I think part of that is because the shell tricks that we're doing are tough to force the player to do unless they're in some kind of immediate danger. There's no reason. Well, that's maybe a weird way to put it. Yeah, it's like it is like a continuous shot. You're thinking about how, you know, one thing sets up and flows into the next thing. And often you're thinking, at least when I'm designing a shell level, I'm thinking about where I am putting the player. If that makes any sense, like, okay, where do you start out? You start out the level up. You're at the top. And then you fall. So now I'm putting the player at the bottom. And now I want to get the player... I want this one cool long drop trick or whatever. And in order to do that, they have to be at the top. So I have to figure out a couple of setups that kind of like interestingly move them from the top to the bottom. And so thinking of like, how does this trick set the next one up? Where when I am done with this jump, where will I be? You could say that switch was as cold as ice. I really like the levels that combine fire and ice. It's cool, you know? It's like very classic video game. Oh, yo, Folk Punk Dot making a good play at the ending, but there's something about that setup that they haven't realized yet. Y'all doing okay? How's your Saturday? We got a little bit of time to chill. If you have any questions, what's on your mind? Folkpunk. Ender of Games, Stu Cat, and Walking Eye, giving us a good show here on the first section. Fire is an interesting thing to combine with shells because Y and X in Mario World do the same thing. The Y button and the X button both are an identical function. Which is odd because, honestly, think about it. There's not a lot of games that their vanilla control scheme just has two face buttons that do exactly the same thing. Not a lot of games like that, if you think about it. But it works for Mario World. But it allows you to do some kind of weird junk. Since Y, here goes CO Kadelic, watch out in the upper right. CO in the pipe. Nice job. But so Y and X, Y is both grab, run, and shoot fire. The button, that one button does all those things. And so when you're holding a shell, you're holding down Y. And I know this is going to sound basic, but bear with me. You're holding a shell, you're holding down Y. Then you throw the shell, and you release the Y button in order to do that, right? Gotta release the hold or you are still holding, right? But right after you throw the shell, you want to repress the Y button so you still have your run momentum in the air. Otherwise, you're moving too slow. But here's the issue. If you have Fire Mario, when you re-engage that Y button, you're also going to shoot a fireball. And so you have to do a shell jump that, like, throws the shell at such a timing and in such a way that your regrab fireball won't just kill the shell you're trying to jump on. And it's a trick. It's a weird one, and I say you don't see it that often, but I actually kind of like when people use it because it gets you doing a shell jump in a different way. If you've done enough shell jumps, I mean, you know the basic formula. You jump up in the air, right almost at the peak of your jump, 3 tiles away from the wall, throw the shell, get the angle, and you're good to go. But there are a lot of other angles, momentums, trajectories, and things you can do with the shell jump that isn't just like the full jump off the wall, no momentum shell jump. Think of that like a 2-point shot or what in basketball. You know, you just stand at the line, throw the thing, it goes in. But you could shoot it from off to the side or a little bit closer, a little bit farther back or whatever. And there's a lot of different kind of angles you can use with shell jumps. They're very malleable. Yeah, free throw. Yeah. The shell jumps are malleable once you get into them. Because, so think of this. People start out, you know, doing the full jump shell jump, right? They press B, they go up the whole way, almost at the peak of your jump, right before you get to the top. That's when you throw the shell. Okay, cool. We know that. So, what that means is, if you do a less than full jump, all you have to do is throw the shell at the peak, or just before the peak, of that jump. That less than full jump. And now you can do like a low jump shell jump, or a controlled shell jump. And you could also be a little farther away, or a little closer to the wall, aside from the standard formula. And so in combining low and high jumps and further or closer to the wall, you can really get some impressive angles of rebound with shell jumping. And you can have a lot more control over it than you might think. If you play like kind of beginner shell stuff, I think this is more of a thing, not to knock our pals in the Mario Maker community who make amazing things, but I think this is maybe more of a Mario Maker thing where every jump in the level is just hold down the jump button the whole time. Mario World has some of that, but not nearly as much. In Mario World, you're in shell levels in particular, you're doing what I refer to as articulated jumps. And I get that from my guitar teacher, who used to tell me to articulate my notes and articulate my fingers. So you articulate your jumps in that same way by making them lower, higher, wider, whatever. And Mario Maker tends to have full jumps only. You bounce, you go all the way up in the air, then you just like don't let go of that jump button. Mario World, on the other hand, you're letting go. You're gauging your height all the time, and you're articulating. Nice try, Folk Punk Dot. Man, they need to put together that they have to bring that Buzzy Beetle shell with them. And they haven't put that together yet, but that, I mean, it could happen to anybody. It's a tricky level. Not to say that that's a bad, right? That is not a bad thing in Mario. There's cool stuff in Mario Maker. I just want to be clear about that because I really like the Kaizo in Mario Maker, and I never want to use it as an example of like, well, it's not cool like Mario World is. It's cool for its own reasons. It does its own thing. Oh yeah, regrab. Yeah, regrab shell jump. Because in a regrab, you're maintaining the crest of your jump for a little while longer because you've got that stretched out horizontal from the regrab. And so in a regrab shell jump, you're actually throwing it slightly later than you would for a regular one because you're taking advantage of that float at the crest of your jump a little bit more. And then we get into Yoshi shell jumps, which are weird, and people I think have a tough time with them because in Yoshi shell jumps, the shell that you're throwing actually originates a block higher than it normally does. Like, Big Mario is 2 blocks tall, right? And Big Mario carries the shell in the lower of those 2 boxes. Mario is 2 question boxes tall, and Mario is holding the shell in the lower of those 2. His head is the upper one. But on Yoshi, it's backwards, because Yoshi is carrying the shell in his mouth, and his mouth is the upper of the 2 hitboxes that make up the Yoshi. So your timing has to change, because the shell's point of origin is different. It is. It's week 201. People are crushing it on a 6-star shell level. This is good. This is good stuff. I say it every week, and I will continue to say it every week. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of Yins. If we were in Pittsburgh, I'd be proud of Yins. You know, people really put the time in for these, and I'm honored that Romhack races can be this kind of fun thing for everybody. Yeah, CO making their way up this tower. Proto Pizza here in the lower right, making their way through some pizza. Stucat, yeah, getting the hang of this. It's the realization, yeah. See, Stucat's not bringing the. This is the brain element. They need to realize that they do actually need to bring that Buzzy Beetle shell. But the thing is that they need to read the level because the red spikes are instant death. But then what about those suspicious gray spikes down there? Right? They aren't instant death, so why are they there? And it's giving the player a clue that they need the damage boosts. Because the level had already taught them that the gray spikes will damage boost. See how right at the beginning, they get the Fire Flower, then they land? That's so they remember for the next time in the level. They're doing it right here, too, at that Buzzy Beetle up throw section. So it just, like, it can be really easy to just, like, not notice something, or it can be really difficult to question what you think is correct. You know, I mean, the whole goal here being to arrive at the correct answer. So when you think you have it, why would you question that? It's very natural to not do that. But that really is what can make a good strat finder sometimes, is to figure out how to get yourself out of that tunnel vision and just do something different. You know, I'm told that AI, machine learning kind of AI stuff, when it's learning a task or a video game or something, sometimes AI will just randomly do something totally wrong. That's how it learns. And I think there really is something to that, because I also kind of have that same idea. Like, granted, I'm not an AI or anything, or am I? That's what a hyper powerful sentient AI would want you to think. But like, sometimes if you don't know what to do, or you're just having trouble, or even if you're doing it right and you think it could be better, or you're suspicious, why do I always die here for whatever reason? Just do the wrong thing. Just break your habits. Just do the wrong thing. Just jump in the pit. Just throw the shell the wrong direction. Especially if you don't know what the solution is. Here goes CO, look out. Especially if you don't actually know what the solution is and you're trying to figure it out, just do something wrong. Just break whatever habits. Tom Waits, the greatest American singer-songwriter of all time. I'll stand by that. Tom Waits had said that your hands are like dogs. They go back to where they've been. They have their favorite spots that they like. And so Tom Waits says that you should always play lots of different instruments so that you can break those habits and you can get your hands not just going to that same exact motion all the time, same motion. So do that. Consider that, right? Question what works. That's something that I noticed when I was watching people play my last SMB2 hack, the Four Labors of Toad. Occasionally people would think they knew what to do, and what they were doing would work. It's just really super hard. But at that point, no one turned around and questioned it. No one said, this is really hard. I wonder if this is actually what you do. Right? When you think you know, think again. Yeah, that is true. The extra fast shell, it's not really something that matters too much, but I have seen more people mess with it. You can throw the shell slower or faster, depending on whether or not you're pressing forward into the direction of motion at the time of the throw. And normally that doesn't matter, but sometimes it does. If you're neutral on the D-pad when you throw, you'll throw slower, and be aware of that distinction. It's a micro optimization to be sure, but make sure you're aware of that distinction if a shell is just behaving super weird. You want the that's that left right though. Yeah, that's always the left rights. I think for me primarily are a position, but position is a function of momentum. So their position and momentum are kind of the same thing. When you control position, you control momentum, and vice versa. But you know, left rights are a stabilization move. Proto Pizza's got it. They have got it. I think they know what to do now. I like that light bulb coming on. Nice save there, CO. Oh yeah, maybe. Well, what does Heisenberg know? Last I heard, he got shot in the desert on that popular television show. Oh, spoilers. Sorry. You know what? I know a lot more. Let me just say, I realize this is a bold statement. I realize I might ruffle some feathers with this, but you know, I for one know a lot more about Super Mario World than Albert Einstein. And that's true. He didn't know jack about Nintendo. Nothing. At all. Couldn't shell jump to save his life. I bet Albert Einstein couldn't beat Bowser's Castle. Bet he couldn't. Bet he couldn't. Bet he'd be scared of it. What's this magic thing happening here? And don't even get me started on how much I could kick Ben Franklin's butt at Street Fighter. All the way. All the way. It would be like fighting a toddler. You wouldn't stand a chance. Right? So, yeah, not so cool after all, is he? You know? Not so cool, you know. I see you invented electricity, but I harnessed it. I've been practicing Street Fighter, so I'm in form right now. I have comparable skill to a dedicated 7th grader. Which means I can beat Ben Franklin at most video games. Ye old Hadouken! Oh, that's funny. Super funny. Y'all are fun. Oh no, Proto Pizza! I feel like maybe George Washington would be good at, like, I don't know, StarCraft or something. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's true, too. Yeah, you know, you got me there. That's a good historical fact. Just like how Abraham Lincoln could have sent a telegram to a samurai. Einstein might have, yeah, because he was born about 10 years before the company started. So yeah, so at that time he would have known of Nintendo as a obscure Japanese playing card company, if at all. That's interesting. They made Hanafuda cards and other games and amusements. Wait, when? Okay, wait. This has got me wondering now. When did Einstein die? Or did he not? Did he just like become like one with the universe, like Simba or something? Yeah, we got some knowledge going on. Looks like StuCat definitely understanding this section now. Proto Pizza getting close as well. CO and Folkpunk. Oh, 1955. Okay. because I looked over and I said I read 1995, and wow, it's not 1995. So I'm trying to think. So like, was Nintendo making entertainment like products at that time? When did Nintendo start making like they made like electronic toys like before even like the Game & Watch? I'm just wondering if it's possibly conceivable that Albert Einstein could have played with one of those electromechanical Nintendo toys. They made little punching gloves and little gizmos and toys and junk. Hanafuda cards. They had a taxi. Einstein, actually, Einstein. I was gonna be like, Einstein actually made all kinds of toys and games. That was Nintendo, in fact. Yeah, we got the knowledge. You get the knowledge now. Folkpunk Dot looking for that H. Ceocadelic looking for the top of the tower. Stewcat and Proto Pizza making moves. When computers first came out. Well, yeah, that would have been what, like Turing and ENIAC and stuff in the 40s. I mean, computers basically existed to like solve the Enigma machine, figure out tides, do like stuff. That's where Tetris, Alexei Pajitnov, he worked for the Russian computer service military organization, whatever they were at the time. And his job was not games. His job was like missile trajectories and junk, like serious like computer war government stuff. And in the meantime, Tetris. Did you ever know that? Tides. The prediction of tides and the calculation of tide positions, massively important. One of the very first like computer things that people needed to come up with. Compasses and old tide mapping charts and stuff. There were like machines, like weighted machines and stuff that were like analog tide prediction computers. Massively helpful in human history. Digital Andrew, though. Yo, check out the upper left. Digital Andrew and CO on the second section now. Climbing up that tower. Spin jump on that grab block. Bust the turn blocks. Open the way. Springs. Saws, ice blocks, you know the drill. Yep, Proto Pizza trying for that knowledge now. They know what to do, but can they do it? Bringing the shell, getting the P-speed. This could be it. Lower right-hand corner, Proto Pizza. Well played. That's an H. And looks like Stewcat, yeah, also has the knowledge now. They need that Buzzy Beetle shell, bounce on it, and then grab it. Here goes the P-speed. Can they get that long shell jump? They can. Oh, look out. Ice physics. Ice physics. And yet you participate in Tide Pods. Curious. Look up the, what was his name? Charles Babbage, I think was the name. The analytic engine. It was like an analog computer, basically. Or the Antikythera mechanism. This ancient, like, astrological tide-predicting clockwork thing they found in a shipwreck. So, all four racers right now, second section. Again, if you have any, we're just talking about silly stuff, but if you have any questions, please feel free to shout it out. Check out the website or anything if you want to learn more. Leaderboard command should be operational. Big shout outs, of course. You know, you're hearing my silly voice, but we have a lot of volunteers and helpers. Darkenine and Doc modding chat tonight. Thank you so much for that. Doc on the restream. Actually broadcasting this so that y'all can see it. D to the fourth. She is streaming right now, or well, she has been streaming. I don't know if she's on right now. making the website a lot of ASM and just being a generally amazing person. We also have testers who play these levels ahead of time. Check them out, make sure they're, you know, raceable, good, provide some feedback. Who did test this week? Actually, it wasn't me. I'm sorry, I'd like to shout out the testers. Who did test this week? Dark9, RB Pimlico, Mithrillionaire, and SJ and Charlie the Cat. Thank you, Dr. No. As always, keeping us in line here with all the important info. But we would not be able to do this without the hardworking and kind volunteers in our community who help us with that. CO, no! I just looked over and see a dead Mario by the door. Was Marcy also testing? If I missed that, sorry. You know, I'm seeing something that I'd like to point out about Shell Tech in general. You know, a lot of the time you see in these levels, you know, maybe a back shot or something. Think of the back shot. Right, you turn around like Digital Andrew there right at the start. When they bounce off that naked Koopa, and then they hit the turn around and throw the shell into the wall. Okay, consider the back shot. What you really want to do there is separate Mario's momentum from the direction that he is facing. And by that I mean, like, be able, if you're moving to the left, be able to turn around and face the right, but without losing any momentum in the opposite direction. A very, very, very light tap on the opposite direction on the D-pad will cause Mario to turn on. I think you only need like a frame or something to just get him to face the other direction. And the more you hold, right, the stronger the press. If you're in the air and you're trying to turn around, right, the stronger you press the opposite direction, the more you hold the button down, the more momentum you will lose because you're counteracting the momentum by moving in the opposite direction, right? That's logic. So the thing to do, if you really want to get good at shell tricks, especially like back shots and everything, is get really good at those tiny tap turnarounds because you want to do like a fadeaway, right? If you're turning for a back shot, you want to have you want to face the wall that you're going to back shot, but then you want to have a lot of momentum in the other direction because you can always cut that momentum. You can always thwart it a little bit by pushing in the opposite direction, but more is better in this case. So think of it like a fadeaway, and think of it like you're jumping, you're looking behind yourself, but you're moving backwards as you throw the shell. And that's a really, really good skill to have. The good thing is you can practice that anywhere. You don't have to do shell tricks at all, right? And I see a lot of people, not to admonish, but to help maybe make y'all better players. Not that you're not already good. I see a lot of people, yo, Digital Andrew, what a robbery. Dang, what a robbery. That wasn't even their fault. But, you know, I see a lot of people do what I would call a heavy turnaround. When they change direction, that it's a very long press on the opposite direction, and they lose momentum. Get good at light turnarounds. Not for just shell tricks, but for everything. It will help you out so much. Go Stu-Cat. Oh, no. I thought they were going to bonk their head right into the spikes there. Oh, some good moves here. Not fast enough, though. But yeah, get really good at those light turnarounds. Basically, you want to always be able to do two separate things. At any moment, you want to face whatever direction you want, and you want to have as much momentum as you want in whatever direction you want. Does that make sense? Because that's a really important skill. Like a super hyper important skill is divorcing the momentum from the direction that you're facing. Direction doesn't matter. The only thing that's important about direction is you move forward and there was something else about direction. The only thing that's important about direction is you move forward, and that's the direction you throw shells and shoot fireballs and stuff. But if an enemy touches Mario from the back, doesn't matter. You're still dead. Not Stucat, though. No yump, but a good clear. 1 hour, 10:47. Well played. Good job, Stucat. I don't know. I think they've raced. I think I've seen their name before, but if that's their first race, congratulations on a good win. CO Kadelic in the door. Folk Punk Dot coming back here in the lower left. CO at the home stretch. Oh, dang. Look at these fireballs. This fireball spam, though. If you want to shoot fireballs faster, get closer. You can have 2 fireballs on the screen at once, and the faster they get destroyed, the more you can shoot them. But I don't know. Tell me if I'm making sense or not, because I really want to stress the importance. It's especially prominent in shell levels. You see the effect of it in shell levels, but get good at those fadeaways. Just get good at turning around without losing momentum at all. It's the lightest little teeny tiny tap. You barely have to press left. Just give it a little boop, little tap, and then you're off. Don't hold that button. If you're going for the back shot or whatever, just tap it. Most of the time, tap the D-pad. Holds on the D-pad are only like if you need them. Think of hesitations as notes, right? You know, the proper hesitation is as important as a properly timed input. Is that Folk Punk Dot on the H? Let's go. CO Kadelic wrapping it up. And Folk Punk Dot making it through. Good work. Good work, Folk Punk. Love to see it. Digital Andrew going up. Proto Pizza making their way up. And CO's out of here. That's a good level. Yo, strong clear from CO. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us tonight, man. This is one of my favorite parts of the week. I really like doing these races with everybody, and I love to see the passion and gameplay. The door entry seems a little bit tighter than it might be because this is ice physics. Ice physics is actually like a global property. If something has ice physics, then every surface that is ground, platforms, spikes, everything will just be slippery. So the door entry is a little bit harder than it seems because it's harder to stop very accurately. It's harder to stop on one tile with ice physics on. So if it weren't, I think that you would see that the door isn't as tight as it looks, but with ice physics, it makes it a lot harder. It's little subtle things like that. Yeah, everything. Ice physics is just a property of the level. If the level has ice physics, every single standable surface will be slippery, with zero exception. Yep, even moles. Even moles. What's a bomb nom nom? One good trick, honestly, one good trick for ice physics is to minimize contact with the ground. Just don't be standing on the ground that much. Because as soon as you're in the air, it's normal, right? And if you're not moving horizontally on the ground, but you're just landing in place and jumping again, then you don't have much to worry about. You know, that maybe is more helpful for non-Kaizo levels. You know, standard kind of stuff. In Kaizo, it's a little more direct, and you like have to deal with the ice physics. But if you find yourself in an ice physics standard level, just jump a lot. Just stay off the ground entirely. That's always a good tip for dangerous floors, sticky floor, you know, anytime the floor is an issue, just try not to ever touch it. Folk Punk Dot making good work up this checkpoint section. Their shell jump fundamentals are tight. Ugh. Back in the day on the block, my buddy's mom used to give us all kids Luigi's Italian Ice. Anybody remember that delicious treat? They still have it now, but it's not Italian Ice anymore. It's called Italian Ice, but it's actually like sherbet. But we found that they actually do make the old school kind. It's not Luigi's anymore, it's Lindy's. Lindy's Italian Ice is the old Great Depression way. Little ice shards in there. It's a delicious summertime treat if you haven't tried it. That's not a fake product I made up. That's for real. It's Lindy's Italian Ice. It's really good. And it's way cheaper than ice cream, too. Less sugary, also. Kind of ditching the ice cream now for Italian Ice. I wouldn't say I'm as much of a sherbet fan. I like the ice because I like the little texture. I like the little kind of ice crystal crunch. Digital Andrew getting that ice crystal crunch. Oh, look at that carefulness. Wow, no troll for Digital Andrew. They were being cautious. Only shoot the blocks you need. You like that suspicion? We got Silent Snake. First section, Folk Punk Dots. Second section, Proto Pizza. Second section. I love it when chat gives GG for the racers. No matter what place they're in, I'm glad the chat pops off a bit for them. Thanks. Thanks for helping, chat. You're a part of this too, you know. Cold drinks really get you slow and slow you down when you feel you're going. Hey, Digital Andrew, thank you for the raid. Good job on the clear. CO, ditto. Keep in mind, this is tough stuff, so don't be fooled into thinking this is bad gameplay you're seeing here. Don't make that mistake. How are you all tonight? How's your weekend? I hope you had a nice day. I was going to stream this afternoon, but then I went and hung out outside. And I kind of don't feel bad about that because it was a really nice day and, you know, touch grass, as they say. I touched some. It was nice. It was all green. I petted a dog and a small cat that wasn't Mallow. It was a different cat. It was my friend's cat. Tiny cat. Oh, and I got to pet another separate dog. She was also good. 2 dogs. It was a 2-dog day. Got to DM today. Nice, nice. Sounds like a critical hit for fun. Oh, that is exciting. Nom nom nom. Hey, what I hear is I landed the first beetle shell jump. That's progress. That's good. You know, that is honestly commendable and good. And I bet you'd be surprised if, you know, a little bit of practice, you can do stuff like this too. This is just the fundamentals expressed in a very extreme kind of way. You got to pet a baby kitten today? Aww. One of those really little ones with the claws that, like, can't hurt you. Love those. Yeah, take some time to rest your hands. This is a good strat. You know, it's a good strat. Middle of a race, tough level. Take a break. I do it all the time. Because I've played Kaizo for 6 or 7 years, and yeah, it can get rough. I really, you know, it sounds like silly. You know, it's okay. Don't be the 14-year-old kid, me, at the skate park who's like, "Eh, helmets are really stupid. I don't need helmets because I'm cool. Helmets are for dummies." Don't be that kid. Don't be that kid. It's way cooler to not get hurt, and it's way cooler not to bust your coconut. In the same way, don't be like, "I'm hardcore. I never take breaks. I don't need. My hands never hurt me." Don't do that, because you're gonna get hurt. you're gonna do it. You can't reason with physiology. You know, you can't just tell it no. Mind over matter, I guess, but you're not one of those monks that can heat up a cold blanket with the power of your brainwaves. I'm not either. So for the rest of us non-monk types, take care of your hands. Watch out for it. Take a break if you have to. Come back and understand, like we said, like I'm talking about, that little minor changes in your physiology, in the muscles, will affect your gameplay in subtle ways that you cannot necessarily detect unless you know what you're looking for. You're just going to be screwing up for mystery reasons that you don't know why. Why am I suddenly bad at this, you ask? Because you have been doing this for several hours and your muscles are tired even though they don't feel tired. Yeah, I do that. Honestly, I do that every time before I start streaming. That intro song, I'm sitting there doing hand stretches, getting ready. You got treat it like an athlete. I mean, for real. Athletes do stretches. A runner will stretch their legs and warm up before they play. Do that same thing. You know, warm up and cool down. I know it's, you know, maybe silly. Oh, you know, it's just a video game. How could it be like athletics? But no, do some stretches. Stand up, move around, move your hands. It's a total body kind of thing. Ugh. I need those hands to play. I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn, you know, I don't know, like, I don't want to learn how to play poker or something. Well, I know how to play poker, but not well. And by well, I mean, I'm lying. What's the preferred term for distinct checkpoint sections of a level? Usually say checkpoint section or say H. The checkpoint looks like an H, so we just say H for checkpoint because, you know, it looks like an H. So sometimes people will say first section, second section, or first H, second H. But usually just section, checkpoint, whatever. There's not really like an official terminology. I just say section. First section, second section. Checkpoint, it's all the same. You know, it's kind of funny because I played Mario World, like, as a kid. Never really even noticed that the checkpoints were H's. There's, like, so many things I never, like, knew about Mario World until I actually started playing. Yeah, don't know how that's going to work out, though. Perpetual Snow, going for maybe trying for a unintended damage boost or something. But the problem with that is that there are two distinct kinds of spikes. Red spikes will kill the plumber, whereas silver spikes will only injure him. So they're not going to be able to damage boost on any red spikes. That's part of cheese prevention. Again, that remains to be seen, though. We'll see. We'll see. Keep your eyes on the upper left corner. Perpetual Snow 53 going for a little bit of cheese. Yeah, that is true. Technically, you know what? Okay, technically, the Mario World manual calls them Midway Gate and Giant Gate. So technically, the name of the large H at the end is Giant Gate. And that's not the Prima manual. That's the Super Mario World made by Nintendo manual. I have several copies. That's my secret. I have multiple copies of the manual and the Prima strategy guide. That's how I know so much about this game. You see. I think it's kind of cute that Nintendo has always had little fun stuff like that, you know? If you don't want to play, you know, you're a kid or whatever, you can just, like, do something silly and kind of still get an experience. I did that a lot with games when I was younger, too. Oh, GG for Giant Gate. That's right. Man, the lore continues. That's right. It's been there the whole time. Right under our noses. Did I ever call for tech support? No, my parents would never let me do that. They would never let me call for tech support. What's that 900 number for Nintendo tip line? Oh man, they would have killed me. They would have killed me if I would have called the Nintendo tip line. I had to get good the old-fashioned way with the Prima strategy guide and cheats from GameWinners.com. No, I would never. I think my parents tried to hide the existence of Nintendo Power from me as a kid. Because I liked games. I've played Super Mario World since 1992 consistently. I was an obsessed little kid with video games. That's like my special interest and always has been. But my parents knowing that were just kind of like, yeah, he has enough video game stuff. He doesn't need Nintendo Power. And I think they kind of like tried to hide the existence of that magazine because I didn't learn of its existence until I was like in high school. And then by that time I was like, what was I missing? Like, Mom and Dad, you never knew about this magazine? You just didn't think I would want it or something, Mom and Dad? Jeez. You know, I mean, really, did freaking 90s parents not realizing that I was going to grow up to be a professional Nintendo player? I mean, it was pretty obvious, Mom and Dad. Sheesh. All the signs were there. Now, my parents were actually pretty supportive of video games. They didn't want me playing the bad stuff, you know, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, which I did anyway. But they let me play. I always actually kind of appreciated that. They were not like, oh, you're spending too much time with that Nintendo. You know, they were just like, I don't know, go play games, whatever, kid. I always appreciated that. It's kind of funny, I think about it, because, like, I've been really into games, like, my entire life, you know, like, I can't remember a memory where video games weren't an important thing for me, and, I think my parents always just kind of figured I would, like, like, do something else at some point, you know, like, I'm a kid and I'm playing Mario World all the time, and they're like, oh, yeah, you know, he plays a lot of Nintendo, I'm sure he'll grow out of it, like, joke's on you, joke's on you. Proto Pizza, Folk Punk, making some moves here. We got half an hour. We got time. I'd like to see some more clears. Yo, walking eye. I see the H. I see a big H written in coins. Right up there in the sky. Oh! Oh! Pizza! GG. GG. Look out, look out. Careful now, careful. Could be surprises. Ah! Could be death. Oh! Where's the switch, though? Does Mario have an afterlife? I thought he was sort of immortal. My headcanon is basically that Proto Pizza, come on. There you go. There you go. Good job, GG. Proto Pizza. I don't know if Proto Pizza is like pizza dough and raw cheese and like tomatoes. How far back? Like, what is Proto Pizza? Is it dough or is it wheat? You know? Is it atoms? In order to make a Proto Pizza from scratch, we must first invent the universe. Let's say hey to Pandarf. Pandarf in the lower right here. We got Pandarf, Folkpunk Dot, Walking Eye, and Perpetual Snow. But that is sort of my headcanon, is that when Mario fell into the Mushroom Kingdom, the fungus basically did like a Leto the Second from Dune with him, and like merged with his body and just rebuilt him, right? You know, if Mario dies, the fungus just makes him come alive again. So he's like functionally immortal, and he has the memories of every life. That's how he gets better at the level. Like he tries and just dies, but then after a while, you, the player, get the memory, and that's like Mario, you know, gaining memory. So Mario remembers. In my headcanon, Mario has lived the equivalent of every single life we've ever played with Mario in every game ever. Mario is hundreds of billions of lifetimes and hundreds of billions of situations, and he just keeps coming back. Also, the mushroom fungus, which is intermingled with his DNA at a atomic level, is like kind of like the worms from Futurama. Remember that episode where Fry had the worms because he ate the sandwich and they made him real hyper smart? Think about it. First game, Donkey Kong, Mario can only jump, and not even very well. His shoes are squeaky, he walks slowly. Donkey Kong Jr., Mario's in a cage, he can't do jack. Mario Brothers, plumbing, same thing. Slow, squeaky shoes. Mario 1, kind of jumps a little better. Mario 2, he can pull stuff out of the ground. Mario 3, he can fly. And by Mario 64, he's doing backflips and all this kind of stuff. He's gotten stronger and more powerful as the games have gone on because the mushrooms are optimizing him. Thanks for coming to my lore TED Talk. It is true it's a mean hammer, because it can crush fire. Like, there's just a ball of fire, and he just hits it with a hammer, and it's just gone. No more fire. Difficulty score on this one tonight. Length of longest section, 5 out of 10. Hardest trick to figure out, 6 out of 10. Hardest trick to execute, 7 out of 10. Kind of tough brain, even tougher execution. Find it for yourself at romhackraces.com. It's romhackraces.com. It's romhackraces.com. It's .com. That's romhackraces.com. It's not romhackraces.net. Some restrictions apply. See store for details. Must be 18 or older to enter. Void where prohibited. If not satisfied, return unused portion of Romhack for a full refund. Send in 6 proofs of purchase today for your chance to get a t-shirt. One size fits all. Way back when, all the way back when, in the back when days, the halcyon days of Nickelodeon and summer break, there was a Fruit Loops. I didn't like Fruit Loops as a kid. I know that's weird, but I didn't like Fruit Loops. I just didn't like them. I was like, nah, I don't like Fruit Loops. But Fruit Loops back in the day had a promotion where you could send in some proofs of purchases and you could get a Mario paintbrush. And I was so excited because I was 5 and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, I have to get one. And I was so disappointed after waiting like 6 weeks to get that paintbrush, and it was hardly operational. Folkpunk though, speaking of operational, oh, thank you so much for the gift subs too. Y'all are kind. All your subs and bits go right back into the Romhack Races community to help us pay for server costs, keep the show running around here. Nobody's, making pocket money from this. This is a volunteer thing, community funded, and brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you so much for that. Oh, look out! Doing a dance. Oh, you love to see it. I like the dance. Yeah, I like the dance. Dance it up, Folkpunk. You have won Romhack Races. Just don't jump into the spikes. GG. Good first level, good first race. Welcome. I hope that was a lot of fun. Stay on the watch. Folkpunk. A strong player. Good dancing. I'm going to award some extra cool points for the dance. Nobody else did the dance. That's pretty cool. Only Folkpunk decided to dance. I like to see it. I am always more pleased with a character in a game who can dance. Right? Just being able to dance with your character. It's important. Make them be able to headbang, even though that doesn't actually do anything. Just make them do that. Like in Micro Mages, this cool homebrew for NES, if you are standing somewhere on the ground and you just hold down, your character will start to do a little dance for no reason. Please keep that in your games, devs. We need that. Final 4 and a raid from Folkpunk. Thank you so much and congrats on the win. We got Perpetual Snow here. We got Walking Eye, Pandarf, and Silent Snake. Everybody right now on the first section, but this is a tough level. Cheer them on. They're doing good work. This was a tough level for a first race tonight. I applaud that bravery. If you're having fun and you want to see this again, if you didn't know, we do these every Saturday night. 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the start. And you can just tap that follow button gently and come back and see us every Saturday at 8. We sometimes have special events, but we got the weekly race every Saturday at 8. The level is open to the public. Jump on the website, be ready. The patch doesn't get released until the race, but if you sign up, you'll be ready to go. You're welcome to race with us. I don't know who is next week's maker, but I know that in all of the weeks from now until like the end of the year, we have some absolutely stacked names and some of the most talented, coolest makers in Kaizo. Orca, BLN, another maker known for really tricky item abuse and very good flow combos. So if you thought this one was tricky, come back and see us again tomorrow, or next week rather. and you'll get to see another cool level from Orca. We do these every Saturday. You're welcome to sign up to make a level if you're interested, or volunteer around the community. Everybody just kind of puts in some time to help these happen, and well, thank you. Y'all are kind and cool and wonderful. Oh yeah, Walking Eye with the coolest controller in the land. The freaking space station dome. I love that controller. Yeah, go follow Walking Eye and you'll get to see the cool controller that they play on. It's like I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like their controller. It's super neat, but I've never seen anything like it. It's like a dome. It's called an ergo box. It's like a dome shape, and you like put your, imagine like a basketball like cut in half, and it's like a dome on there, and you put your hands on it like a wizard, yeah, like a wizard orb, and there's like buttons on this side. It's a really interesting setup. It looks very comfortable, actually. And there's Perpetual Snow in the checkpoint, getting to that H. Good job. It's a hard-fought checkpoint there. Well, looks like we got all... Yep, we got 3 out of 4 right now. Final 4 tonight on the second section. Pandarf looking for that H, but they're working hard, doing their best, and that's what counts. Perpetual Snow and Walking Eye and Silent Snake trying to get to the top of the tower. Shells are very tricky. Shells are really, really tricky because you're dealing with multiple points of failure in every shell jump. Oh, no point of failure there for Walking Eye, and they are getting in. Thank you, Folkpunk. We really appreciate that. Hey, please, if you haven't already, check out the website, jump on our Discord, hang out with us. Love to see you come back and race. We'll be around on Twitch if you're streaming. Thank you. I love to see the new names doing well and having fun with Romhack races, and I'm really, really grateful that you're a part of that. Thank you so much. Excellent aim there. Excellent aim. Walking Eye trying to aim some fireballs here, but they are getting a little stuck. Oh, hey, thank you so much, CodeSynth, too. What friends? What friends here tonight? All your subs and bits and stuff go right back into Romhack races so we can keep bringing you these. Thank you so much for that. You know, it keeps our website up. We can commission emotes and stuff. Stuff we need around the shop. Hosting for some of our tools and whatnot. Thank you for that. We do have excellent Romhack race emotes. If you haven't seen them, they combo really well with other streamers' emotes. And they combo really well with a melted Switch Palace switch there. Their little arms and little faces. So if you got your other, if you got your favorite racers emotes, combo them with Romhack race emotes, so you can show off in chat. I bet you're wondering how I got into this mess. Oh! Walking Eye. They'll get it. They'll get it. Just imagine it's a level in Gauntlet, man. You know, just imagine it's Gauntlet. Walking Eye, a really accomplished Gauntlet player. If you haven't seen him play, they're quite good. And if y'all haven't played Gauntlet, you're missing out. One of my very favorite games from high school. Oh, please go play Gauntlet. It's so fun. It's never not fun. having the room checkpoint is a good decision, and these are the kinds of things. If this were someone's hack, then you don't have to put a checkpoint before this trick room. You could, but you don't have to. But for a Romhack race, yeah, put a checkpoint. And there's the Yump! Walking Eye with the Space Station Controller Yump. Aw, Orange Cat needs food badly. Orange Cat shot a food. Yo, good job. Walking Eye has cleared the level. Walking Eye will get the orb. Ha ha ha. And then there were 3. Perpetual Snake, Silent Snow, and Pandarf. If you're liking this too, I forgot, Baron of Shell. Shaoshao's new jam. Go and check that out. It's on SMW Central right now. And it is really, really, really fun. I loved it. Revelug speedruns it. Well, I don't know if they're speedrunning it anymore, but folks are running it right now. You can still see some Baron of Shell on Twitch. It is super fun and an instant classic in the Shell Tech sub-discipline. What else is new out on... I'm trying to think. What else is out on SMW Central recently? What did I moderate this week? Some Shell hacks. Oh, yeah. You know, you want a challenge? I got a challenge for you. Okay, so you beat everything. All right, you're the best One Punch Man, woman or non-binary friend, Saitama Kaizo player out there. I've got a challenge for you. Levels for trans liberation. Because trans rights are human rights, and Kaizo is for everybody. So check out Levels for Trans Liberation by Mars. It's in the waiting section right now on SMW Central because I haven't finished it yet for moderation. It's really good, it's really difficult, and for every single RTA clear, Mars will make a donation to a trans organization that I don't know the name of right now, but is good. So check that out, and if you're Transgender Law Center, thank you. So if you're down for a freaking challenge, Levels for Trans Liberation is right up your alley. Oh, really? Jordan released a beginner hack that's got the player going left the whole time. Did that drop just... Is that new? I don't even think I saw that, like, today. Victory Pizza, let's go. Have fun. Thank you for watching. I hope everybody's having a swell time here with us. We schedule about 2 hours for these broadcasts. We'll see where the racers get in that time. Everybody's welcome to keep playing, but 2 hours, you know, is good broadcast time for us. Yeah, I'll have to check out that new Jordan hack. Well, I'll probably be moderating it this week if it got submitted. Oh, it got moderated already? I missed it, dang. Perpetual Snow and Silent Snake trying to wrap it up here at the top of the tower. That is true too. Hacks are going to slow down because it's KLDC time. And it's back again. It's on right now. The Kaizo level design competition, the biannual showcase competition on SMW Central right now. I am proud to announce that I will be returning as a judge this time around. I greatly appreciate the trust that the community has placed in me for being a judge for that, doing a good and fair job. I've always really enjoyed it. It's super fun to see all the wild stuff people make. So build your KLDC levels, but don't tell me about it. And don't tell me who you are. And don't tell me anything. And KLDC judging will begin right after it's all done. So no! Silent Snake! Not quite fast enough at the very top. You're dropping a short tough hack within the week? I'll be excited for that. Oh yeah, too. We got Louis Douce and Lungfish 3000 and K-Tune 24. Plus Glitch Cat 7. That's 3,031. That's a lot. Sorry, I had to quickly add 24 plus 7 in my head. Excuse me, I'm a 5th grader. Perpetual Snow could be a chance. That red shell jump is that left-handed shell jump is kind of eluding them. Autocorrect just knows the words we all use. It's like as a streamer, I've seen that often. Well, not often, occasionally, where someone is kind of betrayed by their autocorrect. Like, hey, why does autocorrect want to put that word in? Imagine om nom 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 talking about skillets. I'd go have lunch at Intermediate Skillet. Sounds like it might not be so great, but it wouldn't cost a lot. How was it? It was okay. It was intermediate. Skillet? They were a weird Christian rock group in the early 2000s. Now you know. That is correct. The camera in the vertical section isn't vanilla. Normally, in a vertical level, the camera will only follow Mario up if Mario is standing on something, because otherwise the game just kind of thinks you're in the air. But there are patches that really help. That's a problem in vertical levels when you want to do stuff like this, because Mario isn't often standing, you're bouncing. So how do you get the camera to move? Well, there's a patch that will keep the camera centered on Mario, just no matter what you do. That's not vanilla behavior, but it's a really helpful little quality of life thing. Yeah, I finally taught my autocorrect swear words. It only took forever. No, autocorrect, I don't want to say duck. I want to say the F word. Get a new phone, teach it how to swear. Kids, don't listen to me. If you're young and watching, don't teach your phone to swear. It's a dumb thing that only dumb people like me do. Not teaching your parents' phone to swear. That's not your phone. I wanna... Well, no, I don't. But I want to pretend that I want to get a parrot and then teach it video game sounds. Because it'd be really funny if there was a parrot that just hung out and just made Mario sounds all day. Or just video game in general. You know what I mean? Just any video game sounds. Teach a parrot to go Hadouken! It'd be awesome. Imagine. That's right. When I'm not studying pixel perfect tricks and uncovering the ancient lost history of our art, I'm teaching things how to swear. You've unmasked me. I would never want a bird as a pet. That's just me. That's just me. I think birds are neat, but I don't think they should be my pet. I can't really hug one. I like them when they're free, you know? Like, I don't want to put them in a cage. It might be cool to be a falconer, though. That might be neat. You get to be all solemn, you know? Wear a like a really long coat and like have that big glove on and like not say anything. Name your falcon like Atticus or something, some Greek name. Hercules. This is my falcon Atticus. That seems cool. That seems like people either are afraid of you and they won't mess with you, or they think you're real weird and they won't mess with you. Either way, you've got a falcon on your arm. Named Hercules. So, people are going to leave you alone unless you approach them. And if that's what you want, that's a sure way to get it. Looking for some clears here. Silent Snake getting close. Perpetual Snow as well. We got a couple of minutes. I will leave it to Doc whether or not we want to do a little bit of overtime or not. We got 2 hours. We're busy. We do stuff in our lives too. So we'll see what's up. We're waiting for Silent Snake, Perpetual Snow. Maybe get that clear before too long. And to say, we do have another race coming up on Saturday, a week from today. Every Saturday, in fact. And we got an Orca level next week, so get ready for that. You could summon your falcon, yeah. That's pretty intense. I don't summon my cat. If anything, he summons me. Silent Snake looking good on this attempt. Silent Snake in the upper right could be it. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Good job! Good job! That was very close to the end of their iframes. And if you want something else to practice, if I haven't given you enough practice homework this week, having an intuitive sense of the duration of one's iframes is massively helpful. In the same way that gentle turnarounds are massively helpful for momentum control, there's really no way to do it. You could count it out in your head. You could think about how many blocks you can move in that space. But however you do it, have a very intuitive sense of how long your iframes last, because you can... iframes last in Mario World, I think, a little bit longer than people tend to think. People get jumpy with iframes. You want to get out of there real quick. Oh no, I have iframes. They're going to run out. Oh no. You have a little bit more time than you think to square off, get your momentum stable, make the move you need to make. So make use of those frames and give it up for Silent Snake. Good clear right at the buzzer. The Silent Snake, a strong streamer and a player who's really out to prove themselves, and I think they're doing a splendid job of that. Silent Snake, really, I think they've got something to prove. Not in like, not in like a weird way, but they're trying to show they're a good player, and that definitely comes off. So check out Silent Snake on Twitch. Huh. And we are at the 2-hour mark. We got Pandarf here hanging out. We got Perpetual Snow. If y'all want to learn a little bit more about this, check out romhackraces.com, just in case you didn't hear that before. We're going to give it, I got the word, I got the official word from our head officiator, Doc, here. We're going to give it a 5 minute overtime, because we want to see the clear if Perpetual Snow can pull it off. We want y'all to see that live on Romhack Races. Thank you all so much for coming, you know, watching, as it were. I don't know if I've mentioned, I'm GlitchCat, by the way. I have been bringing you the play-by-play. Most of you already know me, but in case you didn't, you can find me at GlitchCat7. GG, thank you for the raid, Silent Snake. Well played. Dude, does anybody still have the So Snowy emote? Put up some So Snowy in chat. Have some racers, yeah, some races have. I'd say maybe a third, maybe a third, maybe less. Oh, with 0 clears? No, we've never gone 2 hours without any clear. I was saying how many times we get to 2 hours and there still are some racers working, which I'd say is about a third. It's hard. I mean, it's hard to tell, right? Because after about 2 hours, there's not really much else for me to say, right, about the level or anything. You've heard my spiel already, and so really, what we've always felt is, why not just go watch that racer on their channel? You know what I mean? There's 2 folks hanging out. We're looking for a clear Perpetual Snow. Pandarf, like, we'll raid the last racer, because why are we all sitting around watching this 1 or 2 people on our channel when you could go over and actually follow the racer and really, you know, talk to them, let them be the streamer. So that's how we've always kind of done it. Yeah, what's the hardest level that's ever been played? We have had some stuff that's brushed into 9, but generally we keep it 8 and under. Yeah, Mass Punishment had a tough one. FT, Mario's Car Keys, was a really tough one back in the day. There have been some real tough one. Bad Money was pretty tough. And there was a shell level. There was a shell level that took a while, I remember, but I don't remember the maker. Was it Speed Shell? Yeah. But, you know, we sort of just, we want to let makers make what they want to make, you know? I mean, like, it's shaoshao. They want to make a show level. Of course, it's shaoshao, you know? That's what they make, you know? That's their style. So, you know, I never know, you know, which week. Is it going to be an easier level, a harder level? And I think that by not, like, dictating what it will be and saying, well, we have to have an easy one and then 2 hard ones and 2 hard ones and an easy or whatever, and just kind of letting it happen, I really feel like we end up with a very good range, and there's kind of something for everybody. Perpetual Snow, that was it. Oh, that was it. No, the ice physics got him. Nobody has the So Snowy emote? Does that not? Oh, that's an FFZ modifier. I was like, yeah, right? Yeah, So Snowy is the FFZ modifier. If you have Haha Sweat, though, that's the one to put in chat. That is a wonderful emote. That is probably one of my favorite Twitch emotes ever. It's just so funny. It's a snowman. He has every right to be nervous. Like, normally if you're sweating, you know, like, okay, you're just sweating, you're nervous, but he has every right. That's a snowman. If a snowman is sweating, there's a problem. That's the emote that says, you really got my number on that one. Like, oh man, they've exposed me. They have found out. Man, I love that emote. Wonderful emote. That one's from like Haha Holidays like years ago. Like that was like forever. Yeah, that was a limited time only. Well, that's the thing. That was a limited time holiday emote from like 2 or 3 years ago. So if you weren't on Twitch in like December of 2019 or something, there's no way you could get it, which I think is kind of silly, but whatever. Same thing for Pride Pog. If you just didn't get Pride Pog at the one time, you just don't. That's one perk to being a streamer, is that if I just hang out in chat, I have a huge collection of hype train emotes because I just get them because I'm in my own chat. Well, we are here at 2:05, at the 2:05 hour mark. Hope Perpetual Snow, maybe they can get it on this one, but we are going to probably throw it over for a raid before too long here. Thank you all once again for being a part of Saturday night on Romhack Races. It is a pleasure to bring these to you every week. We really, really appreciate the opportunity to do so. Thank you again to the Romhack Races staff, Dr. No, E to the Fourth, helping us out, the testers, the mods. We really, really, really appreciate that, and this would like not be possible without with a whole community effort. Hey, good job, Pandorf. Thank you for racing with us. This was a tough one tonight, and you did a good job. GG. Hope to see you again for another race. And, yeah. But come on back, 8 o'clock Saturday nights. We'll be here for another race. We got Orca coming up. We got a lot more fun levels. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad this is fun. That is what it's all about here, and it's not necessarily who is the best racer, you will never beat best racer, oh, blah, blah. You know, it's for everybody. D to the Fourth is streaming. Oh, now that's a friend. Now there is a friend. D4 is just such a great person. Very happy to see her on. That's twitch.tv/D to the Fourth. That is true. You know, Agaria's got some words of wisdom for you. Is even trying a level like this makes you a stronger player. You did it for a little bit, you know? You got some practice. All practice adds up. We're riding it out here. We're seeing if Perpetual Snow can clutch this clear out. You gotta, you know, with Kaizo and all the different difficulties, it's hard, it's easier, the tech. Oh, Perpetual Snow's believing. But with all the different sub-disciplines and tech and little idiosyncrasies to know about Kaizo, just giving it a go does accumulate experience, you know? And just like, it's got no top. It's never ending. You know, as soon as you get good at one thing, there's something else to get good at, and you can just keep going like that forever and ever. So, just like never think of it like a journey with no end. You know, it's just you're just doing it wherever you're at, whatever skill level you're at. It scales appropriately. As you get better, it gets harder. In fact, it'll never be any easier or any harder than it already is. Consider that, really. Video games, Kaizo, and games really, like, essentially stay the exact same amount of hard, you know? You just get better, and then you start doing things that are a sufficient challenge for that skill level. Once you get good at Quickie World, then you can play Grand Poo World, and once you get good at Grand Poo World, then you can play Kaizo 3. And once you get good at Kaizo 3, now you get to play Hacker's Dream. You know, and once you beat Hacker's Dream, then you can make something else that's even harder. You know, it's just like, it never ends, and it will always be there to challenge you. Oh no, the ice physics! Those dag-blasted ice physics. They tried to slide. That was actually a good strat, because they tried to slide and just get the up input on a slide, and that was actually really smart thinking. They just mistimed it. Unfortunate. Ice physics, not nice physics. Looks like they got the hang of that red shell jump, though. Too close to the wall. The thing about ice physics, too, is, like I said, like, minimize contact with the ground. And also, just, like, get out ahead of it. You just have to sort of overcompensate. You know, if you know that there's ice physics, just overcompensate in your directions a little bit. And that is the thing about ice physics. I actually like doing this. I've done this in multiple levels, actually. Like, you put ice physics in a level where you very rarely touch the ground at all. So in the 1 or 2 small, tiny moments where you're actually touching the ground, you suddenly realize, oh crap, this has ice physics. I like that trick. I've pulled that trick on people several times, actually. that is a favorite of mine. You having ice physics gone globally just for the one block that you want them to stand on. We're going to take this out to 2 minutes. I'm sorry, 2 hours, 15. I want to see this clear. Perpetual Snow is close. Please go give them an actual follow on their real Twitch page, because we're here letting them entertain us on ours. No! No! Man. Man, oh man, oh man. That was it. Denied. Thrice ghosted on the door. Doors, the real final boss. Now the real Dark Souls begins. Is calling something the real Dark Souls, is that meme from Grand Poo World? Or did Grand Poo World get that meme from somewhere else? Nicely done! Let's go! In the door, Perpetual Snow, Fire Flower, Peace Witch, Brown Block, Purple Spike, and a whole lot of fireballs. We got it now. Yep, toughest section in the game right here. Timer, shoot down the ice blocks, and up. Watch out. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, it's an actual Dark Souls meme that Grand Poo World co-opted. Gotcha. Gotcha. The real Dark Souls is about to begin. It would be really funny if you actually made a record. Oh, crud. Don't die. It would be funny if you actually made a record scratch sound, like when you hit the piece, like when you hit the switch with the fire. It stopped the music and froze things and made like a record scratch. Maddie did that in Thrice Ghosted. No! Just don't shoot it with the fire. Hold your fire there, cowboy. Itchy trigger finger, itchy trigger finger much. See, the thing is, you gotta press the Y button to run. And so when you engage the run button, you accidentally shoot a fire that you didn't want to shoot. We got it, and the yump to wrap it up. That's what we'd love to see. Good job, and that's all racers through tonight. Nicely done, everybody. I'm proud of yous. a good Romhack race has come to a successful conclusion. You have heard all of my silly promo stuff. Check out the website, get on the Discord, hit the follow button, come back and see us on Saturdays for more. We are going to throw the raid over to the one, the only, D to the 4th. She is wonderful. She has made so much stuff for our community. She has single-handedly advanced Kaizo tech by, and I know this is a measure of distance, not time, light years. It's D to the 4th. Thank you all for hanging out tonight. I will see you all tomorrow, Sunday, on my stream for some Earthbound. And I'll catch you back here Saturday nights for another Romhack race. Don't forget, you matter. Your thoughts matter. Your heart matters. Your feelings matter. You matter to other people in your lives. And you matter to me as human beings. You matter to the internet's #1 Longboy Furret. And the people that matter to you in your lives would love to hear from you about that. We know Black Lives Matter. LGBTQIA+ lives matter. Indigenous lives matter. Disabled lives matter. You too. D's not live anymore. Uh-oh. Well, I will leave it up to Doc to find us a raid for tonight. Oh, another pal. Sojo, an excellent choice. Sojo is very kind and cool. Ask her when she's going to beat Double Dragon. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. She'll do it whenever she wants. Thank you all for hanging out once again. Have fun with Sojo. I will see you all on my stream if you want to drop by tomorrow and on Saturday for another Romhack race. Keep it cool. Be kind to each other and keep practicing. You're all very good. I want to see good things. Peace.